So, what do you think of the smell of cow dung? Most of us probably don't think of it in a very pleasant way. I remember when I was doing an internship during the summer at University of California, Davis, and one of the bigger programs that they have is a veterinary school, and so there was this smell of animals around, namely cow dung, and I just remember. I mean, remember there's also the summer, and just remember just the aroma of hitting me, and just not thinking of it in a very pleasant way. However, what I want you to really think about that us as sociologists would argue that what we think of as smelling good and smelling bad is actually taught to us through the socialization process. That there's no natural thing that you think it smells good or smells bad. We have to get taught what smells good and what smells bad. Because here's the deal is that there's other communities and cultures that actually use cow dung as building material. Now, I don't know if they're using it as, material for bricks or mortar, but I am assuming that on a rainy day that, the smell of cow dung becomes more profuse, and so they probably don't think of it as stinking as what we might. Another space, in other cultures, they actually use cow dung in the same way that we would use charcoal to cook food. Now that really trips me out because you think about that. If anybody who barbecues, they know that charcoal leaves a distinct flavor in meat versus, let's say, a gas grill, right? And that there's a lot of people who spend a lot of time, energy, and effort in order to smoke their meat with something like hickory or applewood or mesquite, because we know that it gives a lot of distinct flavors to the meat. And so you have to understand then that people who use cow dung are probably thinking that cow dung leaves a good taste in meat. And that really trips me out. And so, like I said, as a sociologist, what we have to understand also then is that if you were raised in that society, most likely you would think the same way.